They collapsed in the fourth quarter, up 13 points at home in the finals, and Steph was nowhere to be found. Vince, how did you view Steph Curry's performance last night?
Well, first of all, Max, let's just say you're talking about Steph like you talked about my Buccaneers, Tom Brady, in the Cliff situation here right now. This is what it sounds like. It sounds a little like that right now, you know. But anyway, but I think, you know, he lost his rhythm when he got in foul trouble. And I think in the second half, the Boston Celtics did a tremendous job of changing up their scheme. They put him in more pick and rolls, making him guard multiple actions, trying to tire him out. Not only was he guarding, showing on screens, he had to get back and defend the ball because they were trying to get the ball to the guy he was defending. Now, if he was in the switch situation like Jaylen Brown or even Marcus Smart, they're trying to post him up. They're trying to just get into Steph Curry's legs to tire him out because of the great shooting first quarter he had. And we know he's very capable of going off in the fourth quarter to close the game.
By the way, I'd love to see him do it. Like, again, when KD, 2015, they got very lucky. Kyrie and Kevin Love went down. They surely would have lost. I mean, they went 6 games. LeBron would have beaten them. No MVP for Steph because LeBron was that much better. They had to give it to the guy who guarded him, Windy. 16, they actually did collapse and lose. Didn't score a single point at home. Game 7, fourth quarter, 4 minutes and 30 seconds. 17 and 18, KD is there. Well, it's a lot easier to put your chest out when you got the best player in the world, arguably, on your team. He had a great series, by the way, I thought, against Toronto. They lost. That's not his fault. I give him credit for that. But that's it. And now another fourth quarter collapse, Windy. How much trouble are the Warriors in after game 1?
Well, I'm never going to slander Steph Curry, but I will point out the fact that the Warriors are 1-8 in their last 9 finals games without Kevin Durant. That's a true statement, but we'll move on from there because Kevin Durant is not in this series. I think the Warriors will look back at the film. Right now they're going through some workouts in this building, or at least some film. When they look at the film, they're going to see that they allowed so many cleaner looks than they had to. If you go look at Al Horford's threes, the 6 threes that he made, which, by the way, were the most at any game in his career, and today is his 36th birthday, so think about that. Most of those threes were because of just sluggish closeouts. And it wasn't because of their poor defenders. And this team does have some poor defenders it has to put on the floor, especially without Gary Payton II right now. But it was Andrew Wiggins. It was Draymond Green being sluggish to close out to their shooters. It was losing Derek White in transition, not rotating over to get to Marcus Smart. I'm just going to tell you, if anybody wants to put their tweets out in the early part of a game or the early part of a series when the Celtics get behind, enjoy it. Because all year long, the Celtics have been resilient and come back. They've come back in this season. They've come back in games. They've come back in series. And we saw the nature of this team, although it was extreme, happen in Game 1.
Hey, Vince, I really don't want to be that guy. If you it's the hot take industry and I really don't. I take no pleasure in it. I'm still predicting the Warriors are going to win. I'm still predicting Steph's going to win Finals MVP. But we all see what I see, and for some reason everyone wants to, don't construct that narrative. I'm not writing it. I'm just reading it. He's writing it. I mean, again, you look at the hot start, but the cold finish, and this ain't the first time, Vince. Peyton Manning was no good. He's terrible in the playoffs for a lot of his career, right? No one wanted to say it because they liked Peyton. Clayton Kershaw was really bad in the playoffs. No one wanted to say it. They like Clayton Kershaw. He's digging wells in Africa. Everyone loves him, right? But he was really bad in the playoffs compared to his normal standard. Isn't the same true for Steph? No one wants to say it because they like him, and he's a super great player, team player. He's not been at his best in the finals, Vince.
Well, teams has taken a slight formula, some of the formula that Cleveland used as far as just trying to beat them up a little bit, particularly late in games, to tire them out, to give yourselves a chance. And one thing that Wendy talked about the sluggish closeouts, you got to give Ime Udoka some credit because he made 2 adjustments to that I liked. And one was putting Al Horford at the 5 because of Looney and Draymond liking to help when they get beat off the dribble. They always can rely on Draymond being there or Looney. Well, now when they go help, guess who they leave wide open? An open shooter who is playing the 5 and Al Horford who's hot. And then the other thing is they just, like I said, they made Steph guard. We saw Dallas try to do that, and it was successful. Game 5 or so? But we saw them try to make Steph guard to try to tire him out. And right now, it just hasn't worked for him because, yes, he did look fatigued and out of it late in the fourth.
Heavy legs, missed a little chippy late in the game. The game was over already. But Look, Steph Curry's talk about slander, one of the greatest players of all time. But there is a higher level than Steph Curry, and I'd like to see him get there. I'd like to see him join Magic and Bird and all these guys who were at their best when you needed them most. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.